the ultimate horror movie title is. Loch Ness horror. It is anything but. The plot! Nessie just starts attacking people. There's this minor subplot involving a plane that crashed in the loch, but the two stories never really coincided with each other. Also, there's a bunch of teens setting up camp, and an old, kooky grandfather who may or may not be a murderous psychopath. Now, I say he may or may not be a murderous psychopath because I have no idea if it was even the same guy. There could have been two crazy old men, but the scene prior showcases Graham's acting chops as he starts screaming to himself. The rest of the characters are stereotypical, paranoid, or racist, or all three. We get the stereotypical group of teens that barely have any part in moving the plot forward. We also have the stereotypical American who might be a racist to Scottish people. Speaking of racist, Gramps, on top of his paranoia, is so judgmental over Americans that it is borderline comedy gold. Everything from the strength of the ton roll and the overpowered that make up the accents is also purely over the top. While the characters may be overacting or underperforming, one thing is for certain: the filler scenes of dialogue are incredibly dull. Sure, where they shot this movie ain't bad to look at. In fact, I'd say it's one of the strongest aspects of the movie. But to accompany the beauty of this environment, we get slow pacing. Now, when I first tried to watch this, I was utterly bored. So this time, I watched it with Shottical reviews, and the pacing increased tenfold. It's a video I highly recommend, and we'll try to remember to put in the description below. If you are alone, don't watch this movie. It is super hard to get through. With hilariously bad acting, pacing issues, and tons of filler, it couldn't possibly get any worse. But then I'd say you're wrong. The gore, the effects. There's a scene that I remember seeing before where Nessie had a guy in her mouth and blood comes out, but it wasn't in the version I watched last on YouTube. Another scene involving a head being crushed that doesn't lead to any actual crushing is severely underwhelming, and there's some bloody water near the end, but that's about it. Nessie is the dopey cousin to the Land Before Time's Littlefoot. She can be either the best or worst part about this movie for you. With her Shrek-like ears and plastic skin, she is utterly goofy to look at. It is the only aspect in this movie that is so bad it's good. The motion picture soundtrack, we get some fitting bagpipes, but other than that, it's pretty much just stock music. It's ridiculous. I don't care for this movie, lass. Some of the overacting is unintentionally funny, and Nessie has to be seen to be believed. One aspect I actually did like was the setting and cinematography. While no one else seemed to know what they were doing, the cinematographer really put his all into getting some beautiful shots of Nessie's homeland. Good thing this was filmed in California. Overall, I give Loch Ness horror a 1 out of 5. I am Brian Gatto, host of Horror Show Entertainment. Make sure to like my Facebook page in the description below, leave a comment, and subscribe.